Using AI, specifically Claude 3.5 Sonnet, I created a full website with a front end and a back end from scratch. Meaning, I basically went to Claude and said, I want a page that looks like this. And Claude said, okay, here's the code. Gave it back to me. I pasted it in a code editor and then I ran it. I then evaluated it, or I got errors and I would say, Claude, fix it. And I went through this entire process over and over again without writing any code, basically just asking Claude what to do and then pasting in the code or doing the instructions on the back end, which I'll get to later. I created this full website. Keep in mind, 2 weeks ago, I had never written a line of code in my life or copied and pasted code in my life into an editor. But it was one feature that really drove me. It was this feature in Claude, which basically renders your code directly in the side window. So you don't even need to copy and paste it anywhere. You can say, create a front end website that looks like this, and it will just do it. Make this about pizza, actually. You see that? Slice of heaven. It will just do that right there on the side window. The problem is this isn't actually a website. You can hit publish and share this front end experience, but you can't hook it up to your own domain and the data isn't stored anywhere. So then I thought, how far can I push this? What could I create while using only AI that would actually benefit my business? And so that's when I decided, okay, well, I need a place to paste this code. So I asked Claude, where do I paste this code to get it to run? And it suggested Replit. So that's where I went. So the rest of this video, this is the first time I've ever created a functional backend where other users can sign in. So far, 84 people have signed in. I created this thing using the backend so that when a user signs up, it will actually count the number of users and it will put it right here from scratch, right? Before, you could do this on WordPress with some plugin, but I know how to ask Claude to just create it from scratch without any intermediary. I had never created a website with a backend, and I've never really created a website that's gotten any traffic. And so I want this site to look good, and I want it to be scalable over the long run. So throughout this video, you're gonna see me creating the front end concept on Claude Artifacts based on another site that I wanted to mimic. And then I'm going to paste this code into the editor on Replit. And there is a template that I used. It's not a very big template. It just adds a little file that makes it run more smoothly. And I'll paste it in the description below. And then in Replit, we also just made a ton of adjustments. Copying and pasting from Replit, which basically runs the code. And you'll see me wrestle with Claude to get it to look correct. And then we created a backend on Firebase, which I had no idea really how to do this prior to last week when I first tried it and failed. And today in this video, I got it down and then we basically connected this backend with the front end and then we created a database. And so the database is necessary for all of the actions to be stored on the website. So when someone adds a comment, it needs to store those comments in a collection. I kind of think of this as like a giant Excel sheet, sort of. And then I also did user management. On this website, I have this admin page. I can add a course and I can add a new lesson. However, if I sign out and sign in as a standard user, I don't have that page, right? It's not there. There's nothing there, right? So I can't see that. So we set up permissions, user management, and then my main code file got way too long, and then I asked AI to basically separate it into a bunch of different files, which then made it significantly easier to do styling. And then after I did styling, we deployed it, and then I added my own domain. And so this video is not necessarily a step-by-step tutorial, because the path that I took is certainly not the most optimal path. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I am a beginner, but I'm a relentless beginner. And so I was successful in this video. And so the main point is that this is proof that through brute force, asking AI with enough determination, you can basically get the end result that you want. As long as you don't get flustered and you have a high tolerance for being annoyed, you can do unspeakable things. Because this is just the foundation. Create.inc is a domain that I bought. I spent thousands of dollars on this domain. And I'm going to build prototypes that are actual AI apps that users can use. And I'm going to create a podcast where literally all we do is use different AI tools to create apps that we can then put prototypes. We're going to keep everything open source. People are going to be able to download the code and make them better. And it's going to be a creative studio using all the different AI tools, all the way from code to AI generated video, images, and music. It's going to be sick. And so I wanted to create this. I thought it was very important, and I used AI through brute force throughout this process to create it. And I hope that it inspires you to do the same. And if there's anything that you need from me, I am going to put a general chat on create.inc where you can ask questions, and I'm going to respond there. I am also going to, on create.inc, this creating websites with AI, on this creating front end and back end with AI, this is where I'm going to put all of the information. So I haven't edited this yet, but right now I can't edit this because I'm not signed into my main account. But if I sign in as RileyKirkwoodBrown@gmail.com, which is the admin account, right, I can go to this site and now I can edit this. So I will be putting all of the resources here, step by step, more detail. Me know if you guys have questions. And this is all being stored on the backend database. We can see that these are all the users. All the users are coming in now because I posted it on Twitter. I will be putting all of the resources here, and we can see all of the comments that have come in. All of this data is being updated based on what's happening on the front end of the website, and I set this up fully by asking Claude, and you're going to see this whole process in this video. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video. My mission now, I'm dedicating the next 10 years to trying to build create.inc into the most creative and empowering studio. I want to gather all the people who are excited to create things in one place, and we're going to just create stuff. And I believe that all these mediums are being mushed together. Programming, video, images, 3D, motion graphics. It's all getting easier, and it's all about what you want to create and your desire to create. That's my main mission. I hope you guys like this video. Enjoy. We're going to try and get AI to recreate this website. All right, so let's do this in segments. I don't even know how to create a sign-in page, but we're going to figure it out in this video. So let's hone in here on this thing. This thing is going to be the toughest part. I don't even like it either. Can you turn this diagram into a progress bar list with indents? Paste that screenshot in here. And let's just try this. Okay. Okay, so let's add some background color. So now it's like if indent, the font is bold, large. Okay. Okay. So this isn't bad. When I click on these, I want it to open up to a new page. Use placeholders for the individual courses that you check off. So we're just going to have, it's just going to say arrays and hashing course 1. And then there's going to be like, it's going to have like one of those. And then it's an hashing course 2. Course 1. Then I want it to update the progress bar of this on the main page. Also, change the colors of these. They are hideous. Make them a dark theme. The background of the site should be black as well. Okay, so we ran into this problem where it doesn't have libraries on this, so we're just going to have to open up Replit. So we're going to start a new REPL, neatcode.io. All right, we'll make this public, fork REPL. This is just a template that I've used for React stuff before. I can paste that code that it gives me on this right here. I can paste this code in, and it should sometimes, and it doesn't always, run in here. So I'm just going to paste this in here. Let's see if this runs. So we got a bunch of errors, it looks like. Let's just see what happens. So then I get this error. So now I'm going to say, okay, I am going to run this in Replit. What do I need to do? And I'm just going to go errors that we got from the previous page right here. And then it should just kind of tell me what to do. Full code for all. I don't want to have to like paste in the individual components. And actually, I am just going to start off by doing this. So I'm going to go to right here. We're going to go into this shell, and we're going to paste this like this. Bada boom, bada bing. OK. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back here, and we're going to create full code for all. I'm going to give it the, so let's just download. It already knows the app.tsx file. It doesn't know this, so I'm just going to give it this. I'm also going to give it this, the index.html, and then the tsconfig, and then the package.json. I don't really know what those do, but I've been coding using AI for the last 2 weeks, so I kind of know what the AI is asking for. And so create the full code for all. This is current code. And let's just see what it does here. Now it's creating the index.tsx. Okay. So we need an index.tsx file, which we may already have. Index.tsx. Okay, so we'll paste that in there. Now it's creating an app.tsx file. And if we run out of credits on this Claude account, no worries. We'll copy all the code, paste it into a new Claude account because I do have 2. We're going to copy this bad boy, and we're going to go to app.tsx. And let's copy it all, paste it all back to this. Index.html, let's copy this. Index.html, copy all, paste all, good. Viteconfig.ts, so we can just download this. We can actually just drag this in. Drag this in. Okay. Okay. So let's stop running this for a sec. How does this look? Try and run this thing. Okay, so here it is. We have this. If we click on arrays and hashing, it opens up like this, and we can mark these. Oop. Oh, okay. We're going to have to. That's very weird. It won't let me mark that off. So that's all I need to do is tell them. You just have to like explain these things. Like you just have to explain everything. And it'll eventually get it. Like I know for a fact. Like it. And so let's just do it. All right, let's do it. Okay. App.tsx. All right, let's just give it a good old run here. Click. Boop. God fucking damn it, dude. Not working, man. It limits me to 1 check off. You got this. All right, let's see. Okay. There we go. It's starting to figure it out. So now we can mark these off here. And then let's see, what do you got here? So neat code.io. Okay. So when you click on one of these, you click here, and it has this video solution.
Hey everyone, welcome.
This is all static. Like the only thing that's dynamic for the user is just like it needs to keep track, like from a backend database perspective, it just has to keep track of their status, right? Within each course page, there should be an identical progress bar at the top that has the same progress bar that matches the percentage of the one on the home page. Okay, let's copy this over. And let's give it a little try. Should reset. Ooh, what the hell is going on here? Yes, that makes sense. Okay, so 2 pointers. We click on this, right? Now we have this progress bar here, matches this progress bar here. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, boom, boom, boom. And ignore the layout here. I know this looks ugly. This looks like disgusting, but it's fine. We have to be okay with it looking gross. Let's very quickly add one more thing, actually. We're gonna do this for my own website. So I want it to say create.inc to create anything, and then a button. We'll just put create. I know this probably isn't good copywriting. Okay, so we're basically creating this. There is a bar at the top here. All right, and then so we have an icon, creations, roadmap. Okay. Now, and so we're gonna screenshot this. I want this to be the home page. The thing you just created looks good, but that should only be half the screen. The left side should be, and so we'll go header, subtitle, button. There should be a top bar. And notice how I'm like literally typing out what's in this. Like that's exactly what you have to do. And this is a hyperlink to something, hyperlink, and then roadmap. Uh-oh, this is starting to look pretty good. I know the colors are off. But you'll also notice that the header and subtitle and button are too low. They're centered. I need that to be aligned to the top, so this should be right below the top bar. That's where those should be located. Let's try it. So now it's using AI. Again, I have not written or even edited a line of code yet. I have only used AI. Okay, wait, the main change is the home page. I've removed the justify center. I just need to copy this, and we just need to go back. Okay, all right, we're good. Yeah, all right, yeah. Yes, there we go. All right, full screen this here. This is what our website looks like so far. Cool. Let's use up the rest of this Claude sesh, because we're cut off until 6 p.m. So that's an hour and a half from now, and I have another Claude account that we can use, so it's fine. Let's say, okay, so now I want a way to edit this data and for the site to get updated. I want to be able to add course topics, which are like arrays and hashings. And then, right, if we go to our site here, so I want to be able to add arrays and hashings, and then I want to also be able to add arrays and hashings course 1. Oh, those should be lesson 1. Those should be lessons. And then course topics, and then we'll call these lessons. Then I want users to be able to sign in and then mark off their progress and have it and have that data save. Each lesson should have its own page. Like the hierarchy is course, subject, lessons that are part of course subject, and the course subject is complete when all lessons are complete underneath. I want to be able to add these both for my users who should be able to sign in and keep their progress saved. All right, so before I paste this code in, it's accessing Firebase. Full instructions on setting up the Firebase, please. And okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come to Replit right now, and I like the way this is. Like if we were to restart this, yeah, okay, this is looking good. So I'm actually just going to fork this because I don't want to mess it up. So let's start off by let's make this v1. And then we're going to fork this bad boy, fork, neat code, IO, v2, adding backend. All right. Now let's hit public fork REPL. Okay. So now if we fuck it up, it's okay. So we can fork this and we can, without worry, we can copy this code up here. Oh yeah. A lot of instructions. So now I need to go to 2 monitors because this part, there's a lot of stuff I need to do. I do not want to be flicking back and forth here. So I'm going to move Claude over. Okay, so I just got it set up so I can switch between my 2 monitors. Okay, so we're still working on this one right here. So if we look at here, I'm just going to start doing a lot of these things here because we need to go to shell. And so all the stuff that I'm doing right now is from Claude directly. So it says install Firebase. While that's going, I am going to go to Firebase, google.com. I've done this once before. And I am going to start looking at these instructions here. So go to Firebase, right? console.firebase.google.com, add project. So we need to add a project, build. Wait. Go to console. Yes, console.add a project. Create dot inc. And we're going to continue. Continue. Create this project here. Okay, continue. So here it says, register your app with Firebase. A web app, okay, yeah, we gotta do this. Nickname. Create.inc, also set up Firebase hosting. I don't think so. I think we're just going to register the app. Add Firebase SDK. So now we need to add this file. So we're basically just going through the instructions on Claude here. All right, we're just going through these instructions right here. We have this screen share. So now we need to click. We need to add this in the source directory. So we can download this right here. I just downloaded it. And now on Replit, we can literally just drag that in. We can drag this into the source directory. And we have this firebase.ts. Big. Set up the Firebase authentication. npm install Firebase. I already did that. Yep. Okay, so now we have all of those saved as secrets. Set up your Firestore security rules. All right, so let's finish setting up the Firestore. Okay, so set up your Firestore security rules. So we're going to copy these rules. We're going to go over to the Firestore. Right, okay, yeah. Set up the Firebase authentication. In the Firebase console, go to authentication sign-in method. Authentication. I'm just going to bring this in a little bit, and I'm actually going to copy this. I don't want to switch, so I'm just going to put this behind me. So here's my other monitor. So set up Firebase. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to set up Firebase authentication. In the Firebase console, go to authentication, sign-in method, authentication, sign-in method, upgrade to enable. Enable Google as a provider. Add your authorized domain. Okay. Set up Firestore database. In the Firebase console, go to Firestore database, build Firestore database. So create a database. Yeah, okay. After you set this location, you cannot change it. Yeah, sure. Start in production mode, start in test mode. Production mode, create. It says that right here. Okay, set up Firestore database. Okay, we've done this. Okay, so now it wants me to just paste these rules right here. So set up Firestore rules console, go to Firestore database, rules, and replace the default rules with, okay. And publish. Right here, it says, these rules allow authenticated users to read and write their own data. Update your React application. So I'm just going to copy these 8 and 9. It says like update your React application and implement these functions. I don't want to have to like find it, so I'm just going to say give me full app.tsx. And so since we only have 2 prompts left, that'll be one of the last ones. Give me full app.tsx for these 2 rules here. We're going to go back into, okay, app.tsx. Now let's try and run this thing. There, you got some errors when we ran it. Basically just putting in this error right here into Claude. I apologize for the oversight. The error is occurring because the UUID package is not installed. You need to resolve this. Okay, so that means we just need to go here. We go to shell. Okay. I think it's missing value, so Firebase error. So now I think we just need to continue with the Firebase instructions, but we just ran out of messages until 6. Wait, can we just use a project? Let's start a project. So actually, we're going to start a project here. We're going to upload as many of these as they'll let us. So I'm adding custom instructions to this. So these projects basically allow you to add more, you get to add more documents. So I'm working on an app using Replit with React, TSX, using Firebase as a backend. Help me make this app and be a useful assistant. Okay, I'm going to say these instructions. In simple language, tell me what this app does. Below, I will paste a few things I was talking to another AI chatbot on, and I just completed these steps here. So now I'm going to go back to this, and now I'm going to grab this right here, which is the steps I just created. So hopefully it'll know where I'm at in this project. Copy this over. Yes, exactly. Okay, so now we have a chatbot that has some context. This is my current app.tsx. Help me make the above changes. Because when I run it, okay, yeah. So now that's where I was. When I run this, I get this. Oh yeah, I don't think I've set up the Firebase. Okay, so I want to set up the Firebase. So now we need to just tell it basically that we're on the Firebase. I've set up the rules. I've added no data. All right, so we're going to start the collection. Collection ID courses. We're going to auto ID it. Field name. Bring intro to coding. Intro to AI. Save. Okay. All right, I think I might need to communicate this error better. So this one has this error that pops up that says some stuff here. So I'm just going to say, I'm getting this error. Here is my tsconfig.json. What do I do? All right, so now we need to just go to shell. You can paste this bad boy in here. Literally just listening to the AI. Updated JSON, updated. Now we need to go to tsconfig. That's exactly. Oh, it's adding this node here. Okay. However, since you're using Byte, we should switch to Byte's way of handling environment variables. Means we need to copy this. So now we need to go to Firebase config ts. Yep. And we're switching this out. Okay. Ooh, there we go. We don't have that error anymore. Okay. I think it should run now. Hey, I'll take it. We don't have any of the buttons up top. We're gonna have a lot of problems here. So what does it look like? So it just has one intro to AI here. So I'm gonna say into Claude, okay, so it ran, and the only thing that I had in my Firebase was what I added here. Now tell me, what are the next steps to building this out? Because all that was on the site was, and we can actually show a picture of it. Was this. Look at this. I've like struggled through this, and literally it just goes, great progress. Your app is now running and displaying basic structure. The next steps is to build out your learning management system, involves adding more functionality and improving the user experience. Here's a suggested roadmap. And then it just gives me like 15 different things I need to do. But we'll just go one by one. I'm not giving up. Fuck it. Implement user authentication. Okay, let's do that. Let's start with 1. All right, give me full code, please. I'm using up so much context. All right, let's grab this code. Come on, let's do it. And so what will this allow me to do? All right, so make sure the authentication flow thoroughly. Sign in with Google, verify the user information is displayed in the top bar. Sign in. So we got an error. We need to go into Firebase. Select your project in the left side of the bar on authentication. In the authentication page, click on the settings tab at the top. Add a Replit domain, top right corner. Ah, there we go. Nice. So we need to add that in Firebase. Got it. Add domain, boom, and add. Nice. Now, be able to go back to this code. Let's stop running this, run again. This should load up here. And now if we hit sign in, No way. Oh my God, wow. Let's go. We just added it. And so now we have profile. Okay, email, user ID. We did it. Cool. Okay, I'm an admin. I guess I'm an admin. How do I know I'm an admin? How does it think that I'm an admin? So now I'm an admin, right? So we can add a new course subject. Intro to AI images. Add course. Insufficient permissions. Nice, because I'm not an admin. So maybe I shouldn't even see this. So admin panel. How do I choose who is an admin? Okay, so how do I sign in as an admin and add more courses? To set the admin flag for account, you should, in the users collection, find your user document. It seems you're already there, looking at a document with ID starting at JP, blah, 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 blah. Click add field, and input type is admin, and type is Boolean. Nice, and so this should be true. Click add a new field. Okay. Nice. Now give me full code from previous instructions with all these. Like, I don't want to have to do that. Just give me the full code for any files edited. All right, it is loading up that full code. These are getting so long that I need to just learn how to like update the snippets or figure out a better method. Like, it was limited at the maximum length. Generate the rest of the code. So we are going to paste this in here, and then beneath it, we are going to paste the rest. I'm gonna paste it in for here. All right, try and run this. Okay, so I'm signed in as Riley Brown already, and I should be able to go to admin and add new course name, and it added a course description. Okay, so courses, if we click on this, it crashes. I shouldn't have done that. Let's focus here. Courses, admin, new course name, AI Gen images, course description, the Midjourney, Bria, and more. Add course. Insufficient permissions. Okay, let's sign in again. I gave it to this email right here. Midjourney, mid. All right, so let's tell Claude what's wrong. We're gonna figure this out. So now we need to go to the Firebase again. I think we needed to update our rules here. So we're actually gonna change the rules here. Publish Firestore security rules. All right, now we're down to 10 left on this chat, but good. It's past 6, so we can be fine. Update the app routes. So we're going to change this. So we're going to go to this right here and go type in return. Okay, so we got to change this return function. This should be good. Let's try it. So we can click on admin, new course name, Midjourney, images, add course. Okay. We did it! Oh my God, that updated. No way, right? Because if we stop running it, right? If we stop running it and we run it again, it should in theory be there. It is. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. All right. Now let's go to the Firebase. It should be there. It should be there in data, courses. Let's go. Number 2, Midjourney. Boom. Set it up. Let's go. It works. Fuck yeah. Yes. Oh. That took so long. Oh my god, that took so long. That took so long. That was so annoying. Anyway, let's keep our composure. All right, so since ChatGPT has context here, I'm just going to import the, let's move to ChatGPT just a little bit, just because it has some context, might as well use that, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I'm gonna index.tsx, so let's go index.tsx. Like literally, as soon as they add more context, it's over. Like it's actually over. All of the annoying problems are occurring right now because I'm like moving shit around and moving to a new chat box. I'm running out of like the bullshit. And like honestly, it'd be fine if we just had like, I'll pay more. I'll pay thousands of dollars a month to just flick out apps like they're nothing. Like you could if you had a larger context. I'm telling you. Index.html. Okay. I don't even know what it needs, honestly. Why are the courses, when I add them, why are they different colors? And can we make them way smaller? So this is our new code. Nope, we can't copy that because that copies the entire prompt. We have to copy the code. Means, okay, so now we're here, we're on app.tsx, boom, and boom. And so these are the available courses. Now we got to go back to this neat code, a better way to prepare for coding interviews. So with ChatGPT, learn to create anything, button, create now. Fuck it, we'll make them do it. Oh man, all right, we're getting a little bit closer. Look at this. So this is neat code right here, right? Obviously it has this thing that like wiggles around, whatever. We do not need it to say course progress. It can just be the bar. And so when I clicked on Intro to AI, it failed, but watch, I can click on this Midjourney thing and it shows course progress and then we can see lessons. Oh, so does that mean I need to go in here and choose new lesson? But since I don't, oh my God, I can click on Midjourney and add a lesson. Okay, I didn't even know I could do that. And I'm building the thing, sort of. Midjourney lesson is generating images. And if this fails, that means we haven't added a lesson yet. Oh wait, so let's see. Courses, Midjourney, generating images. Oh. Lesson content goes here. Okay, so courses. Let's try that again, because I don't think we can edit stuff. Courses go here. Okay, so I want to be able to... Okay, so let's get the vernacular right. So we can add a lesson. So we can add Midjourney lesson. We can go lesson to test. So we're adding a lesson. And so it's a course name, description, lesson. Name, description, lesson. All right, so this is where we're at right now. Okay, so yeah, we can add a bunch of stuff. These are all that we added. So basically we can add a bunch of courses now. And so this is kind of what this site looks like. Create.inc, learn to create anything. We can create now, or right, we can press this right here, coding without knowing how to code, and we see all the different lessons, right? If we want to add a lesson, we go to the admin, select a course. We can hit create the new course name. New course name is, we need to add a lesson here to the Midjourney one. We're adding a lesson. And the lesson is Midjourney test, lesson 2, add lesson. And we can actually see that. So if we click on Midjourney, Midjourney test lesson, and we can actually mark these off. We go back to courses, we can see that Midjourney is updated, right? So this is what we're able to do, right? This literally works. Boom, full. All right, we've completed everything, right? Oh, let's go back. Oh, it works. It literally works. And this is updated from my account if I'm signed in, right? So actually it told me that I need to run this React Quill. I don't fully know what that does, but we're doing it. I think that's for the YouTube embed or something. I don't know. We're going to copy this code. We're pasting this in at this point right here. Right? We're going to get rid of this, and we're just going to paste that. Boom. Stop. And we're rerunning it. And every time we run it, notice how our data gets saved the same. Now, I want to be able to add a lesson, but I want to be able to, when I click on one of these, I want to be able to edit this. There we go. Now we can edit the lessons. This is very cool because it is. Okay, so now we need to update the rules here on the Firebase. Okay, so you see, so we just have to make these changes so that only admins can change it first. So we got to go to rules, and we just gotta change. Wait, we added some other stuff too. So this was changed to the rules earlier. Update it with these new rules. In this case, I apologize for the confusion. You're right, and those rules are quite good. However, we can make small adjustments to explicitly separate the read and write operations for courses. Here's an updated rules to maintain the same security, but it's more explicit. And this will allow admins to edit lessons and courses. I can add other admins. Super easy. Yes, okay, cool. Allow, update, and create. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So now we are going to officially paste in the new rules, publish. Now, let's go ahead and stop this, run it again. Take a look here. Let's go to admin, add lesson for Midjourney. This is a new test lesson. Oh yeah. Add lesson. This is another Midjourney test lesson. Add lesson. All right, so go to this one. So you want to change this. Just paste a bunch of shit. Let me save changes when I edit a lesson, or when I press save changes, it doesn't appear to do anything. All right, it's loading this up. Boom, paste that in. Okay, so now this is a test edit. Saving. Lesson saved successfully. Wow, nice. Nice. Wait, okay, so back to course. So if we run it, click out of here and hit, which one was that? Oh, shit. I don't remember what that was. So on generating songs with AI, I'm going to put this is a lesson here as an admin. This is really cool. And I did it, yay, successfully. So if I go to back to course, so this is in generating songs with AI, first one, text to song. So if I go like this, courses, if I just stop running it and rerun it here, and then we go to generating songs with AI, text to song, there it is. So I want to sign out here, and I want to sign in with a different account that's not an admin. Okay, so my name is also Riley Brown, but I don't have the admins panel, and so I can go to courses, and I want to see what it shows here. Generating songs with AI, text to song, and now it's just the static page. I don't have the ability to edit it, which is exactly what we're trying to do here. Wow. All right, so this is where we're at right now. This is his website, and it has this stuff down here. So if we run this on Replit, look at this. This is what the site looks like. I can turn off DevTools. So this is what it looks like. I haven't added anything down here, but we can I'm signed in as a guest, or not a guest, I'm signed in as a normal user. So I can go in, I can see all this stuff, I can mark off my progress here. You can see I can mark off my progress, and I can sign out. And then I can sign back in as this email right here, right? This is my email that has admin access, which means I can add courses, right? I can add a how sick is this website course with a website description, very sick. And I can add this course. Now I can add a lesson under that, right? How sick is this website? And I can be like, sickness level 1, level 2. We can add level 3. We can add a bonus, right? We can add these lessons. And this course, all right, how sick is this website? Boom. And let's zoom in a little bit just to get a better view of this. And I can click on this, and since I have admin access, I can edit this. Let's talk about sickness and all of its levels. It is very, very, very sick. Save changes. Loaded lesson saved successfully. Okay. Now we can go back to course. And let's say I am taking these courses as well, right? And I can use these as like, which ones have I created to show like, maybe I'll create an outline. I don't know. I can take the course as well, whatever, right? Yeah, like this is pretty neat, right? And yeah, I have ideas on actually how I'm going to use this for my podcast, right? Create.inc is the name of my podcast. Each one is going to have subjects, so available courses, right? And so we can actually just go into the code, right? We can go into my code here. I just got to get out of this. And I can type in available courses. Is that not in here? I can go to that available courses section and say podcast categories. Actually, we're going to call these podcast lessons. In each podcast, we're going to learn something, and I'm going to post them here by category. Podcast lessons, create doc. I guess this will be a little, try and run this again. So on the phone, it would look something like this. We can get rid of these dev tools right here. This is what it would look like on the phone. Make it a little wider. Once you get wide enough, you can get it like, it'll look like this, which maybe we'll want to make it centered. I think we're going to want to make it centered, but I'm not going to worry about that for now. Actually, yeah. Create, let's go to this. All right, so cool. Nice, we've created this. So now we have these lessons that people can sign in for. Is there any way to separate the code into, now we want to separate the code into chunks so that it's easier to ask questions and to give AI context, etc. So it's not generating massive code edits. All right, so now we are going to do some work in separating our code into different edits. And now we're going to have a top bar TSX, progress bar TSX, homepage, and then we're going to be able to edit it in more chunks. And then we can ask AI how to edit just those specific parts, which will make it a lot easier for us to make the structural changes. But like the backend, I think is there, right? And then we can add like course favorites, and then we can add some more metadata. Oh my God. So guys, I have been working this whole time on, basically I just came back from the gym feeling refreshed, and I forgot to plug my mic in. And so you couldn't hear me that whole time. If you go to app.tsx, 482 lines of code, which is incredibly difficult to deal with. And it takes 2 responses to get it done. So I asked Claude, I said up here, I said, is there a way to separate the code into chunks so that it's easier to ask questions to give AI context so it's not generating massive code edits every time? And it's just like, yeah, dog, I got you, man. And the updated app.tsx. We just created all this on the side here. So once I separated them all into different parts, it became significantly easier to make changes. And so I've just been basically just taking the last few hours, just kind of messing with things. I think the site looks pretty good. So I'm currently can sign out. I can sign back in. And I can sign in as my admin account. I can see where I am at, right? I can also take these courses, right? Create.inc, learn anything you want, podcast lessons. We can go to profile, which I could probably add some customizations on profile. I'm not too worried about that now. But the one thing that I'm really liking about this is I can go to this one right here, response to neatcode.io. And here's the course, and we can actually get comments. Took me forever to figure out the comments, and I'll actually go into that. This was just something I was working on last night. I wasn't going to add comments, but you basically have to add an index. When you say you want to add comments and it suggests making an index, in the errors, when you're typing a comment, it'll give you an error in these dev tools, and it'll say create an index at this link. It'll just give you the link. Like Firebase, it creates a template for you. And basically the index decides in what order it's going to show you these comments. At least that's my understanding. But now, since I'm signed in, this is kind of just what the editor looks like. I can edit these and it looks super clean. This is me editing one of the courses. And I can hit save changes, load or lesson saved successfully. Okay, we can now go. We can sign out, and this is what it looks like for no one else. I actually want to block this from anyone who's not signed in. I want course pages to only be available to those who are users and have signed in. I'll give you info below. So what I'm going to give Claude here some context. I'm going to give it I want them to have access to course page. We'll paste that in here. And then I should give Claude the course page. What else do I give it? Course page and lesson page. And then lesson page, we'll paste that in there, paste it as doc, and then I will also give my Firebase services. Let's download this and download anything that has to do with Firebase, and then we're going to go to Firebase, and I'm going to go rules. I actually think that's what it'll need, but we can just see. So I'm going to paste in Firebase rules and then more docs, which are those two. Okay, let's see what it can do with that amount of context. So here's the updated security rules. We are going to update that while it generates the full code for both. For the rules, now that's updated, we can publish this, and then now it's generating these rules here. So here's the course page. Course page. We paste this in like this. Lesson page. We're going to lesson page. We're going to paste this in like this. So now everything looks the same. We're going to sign out. Nice. So we can't see it if we're signed out. So if we go like this, sign in, we sign into my non-admin account. We can click here. No. Oh. It doesn't, it needs this auth page. Here, this is use auth. Here. Stop. Wait. Stop is use auth. So now I am not signed in. Check this out. Nothing. Right? All I can do is press courses. I'm sure I could put like a pop-up that says like, please sign in if you want to blah, blah, blah. But for now, I'm just going to say this is fine. I think this is a good final place to be. So we're in RB at Visionary. This is just a standard user. Click on this. We can see everything. Boom, boom. And we can start marking things off. Right? This one has 7 lessons. Let's mark off 5 of these. We can go back to this. And we can see all of our creation paths. And we can see everything, right? And there's only one here. This is the one that has a normal note-taking app with the front end. You can see the video. And there we go. Not sure why the heading didn't work, but that's okay. I'll worry about that later. This seems to be solid. Now, time to hook it up. So now I'm going to attach my domain, create.inc, but first I need to go to a new site. Hopefully it deploys properly. Good. So now that it's deployed, we can manage, and we're going to link a domain, create.inc, next. Now we're going to copy this. A record. What we're going to do is we're going to go like this, then we're going to go like this, and so we're going to do a text record. So we're going to add a text record host at, this is the value, so that's the Replit domain, a record, and I think that's all we need. Let me just hit link domain, if I remember correctly, and then you wait for it to verify. And so now we can actually just type in create.inc, and I created this website. And so this has been many hours since I first deployed it, and I just given myself, while I was editing the video, I was making changes and editing the site, and I just want to go through some of the additions that I made. So I added this thing right here, which uses the backend, which basically counts the amount of users. So as you sign up, if you want to go, literally there's no cost associated with this. If you sign up, then you'll have access to all this stuff. You don't have to do it, but I added, just now I added this song to it. So check this out.
This button will do something magical, just not yet though. This button will do something magical, just not yet though.
And you can close that out. And it was actually simpler than I thought it would be. I generated this song on Suno, and I typed in, this button will do something magical, and it plays all the way up until halfway through, in which case I used the online MP3 cutter to cut the song to the exact portion that I wanted. And then I talked to ChatGPT, and I went through this long thing saying like, and then I basically said that I want this site to be the exact same thing that it was before this, but I want it, the only change to be that when I do that button click, a pop-up that says, this button will do something magical, just not yet though, and then the song will play. And then eventually, this actually took a while because I had a problem with one of the files, but I basically had to create, within here, I had to create this dialog.tsx, which was the actual pop-up that pops up. So when you press the button, I'm using this homepage file, and basically there should be Control F dialog. It's like when this is popped up, then it will basically call this TSX file, which will then call this magic button MP3. So I dragged in that Suno song into here and called it magicbutton.mp3.
This button will do something magical.
And And yeah, and so I just asked ChatGPT. Probably took me 30 minutes to implement that, but next time I need to do that, it's gonna be here in the code. Like I already know how to do it. And I just know that I need to drag a song into this folder and then just change, and then just show ChatGPT the dialogue and the homepage. And it'd be like, hey, I want to do it just like I did last time, except I want it to be on a bigger card or whatever button, or I want to do it on an image. You just tell AI to do that, and it will do that. And then you can start being creative, and you can make more stuff on your site. But I generated this logo on Midjourney, and I generated this on Midjourney using the logo as a reference image, so it kind of matches. And then I added this like bottom component. I'm going to add more padding here. I might make this a little bit smaller, but I added these buttons, and for now it just takes it to my Twitter. And I added this animation. This actually took way too long. I spent way too long on this animation last night because I was just like feeling it. And it was really annoying to set this up, and I don't know if I even like it. But whatever, I'm just messing around, having a good time, creating, finding out what I can create. And what I'm working on next is a prototypes page, which is a list of all the apps that I'm building. I kind of showed like those buttons, but I'm working on another REPL for the prototypes page. I want to create a sign-in to test tools and have a full credit system. This is going to be a lot more difficult, and I may ask someone for help on this because I'm going to be creating stuff with guests, and I want to be able to, I'm going to post, all of it's going to be posted open source. Now we can actually get into AI apps. I wanted to build the foundation, and now we can build better AI apps because I've been working on a lot of interesting stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of my plan for this. This is day 15 now. It was 14 when I wrote the draft for this. Day 15 of writing code, and I'm having a great time with it. So yeah, we got, before I even put this video out, we have 89 people in here who have just signed up. And when you sign up, you'll have access to all this information, and you'll be able to do comments. I'm adding the ability to comment on the main page, and there will be more things that you can actually test out. I'm working on my notes app that I was working on in my last video. The notes app that I was working on in my last video, I'm actually going to post that on here and let people sign in and create up to like 20 notes just to test it. And yeah, we're just going to kind of build out this ecosystem. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. I will see you here in the next video.